Hey everybody, this is Josh. Welcome to Game 2 in a Best of 7 series. This one's being played between Attero. He is our reigning champion on the V. He's the light blue Protoss. Up in the top right corner of Tal'Darim Altar, and the new challenger this week is coL.TriMaster. He actually had an amazing run at MLG Raleigh 2011, so he's hopefully got his confidence up, and we'll keep riding this momentum. We'll see how he does against TD.Attero from Team Dynamic. Attero's already up 1-0 after a pretty decent one there on Crevasse. Attero last week had some trouble against Spades. Attero just did not have very good engagements. The first fight of each game went in Spades' favor, so any game that Attero lost basically is because he lost his army in those first engagements. So Attero was a lot more careful. He just let the game play out, got all his necessary upgrades and tech, didn't sacrifice any units where he didn't need to. And TriMaster may have tried to do a little too much with the nukes and the ghosts with his MMM build, but maybe he's had success with that in the past, so we'll see if Attero's going to continue on here. He is our reigning champion on the V. This is week 26. Like I said, he defeated Spades last week 4-3, and the V is hosted by Complexity Gaming, sponsored by Creative, Sound Blaster, PNY, and QPadUSA.com. I'm Josh South, aka AskJoshy, on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.com. You can check out more of my stuff after the cast is over. If you're watching it live, of course, you're on twitch.tv/complexity, and if you're watching this on a VOD, you are on youtube.com/complexity_insider. Don't miss a game ever again. You can actually subscribe to YouTube and follow us on twitch.tv/complexity to make sure you never miss the V. Attero going to take some free jabs at the supply depot. Not sure why. Maybe if he can get it burning, that'd be totally worth it, but right now I have to imagine harassing this SCV, yes, would be a much better option. TriMaster going to have to pull a second SCV if he wants to save this thing's life. Oh no, 10 HP means only 2 more zaps from that particle beam will actually kill it off. But TriMaster, a little bit smarter than that, keeps the SCV in the red a little off to the side. He actually repaired it up a little bit even, just to keep it from getting ambushed by this super sneaky probe. TriMaster, of course, has a scout out inside of Attero's main as well, getting a look at everything there is to see. Very standard timings on everything so far. Cybernetics core already going up, and back in TriMaster's main, he did get a gas this time, so he's not going to go for that 3 racks with the 2 tech labs and single reactor this time. Instead, he's going to get a Marauder out very quickly. Both players going to be fighting over this Xel'Naga tower. Whoever gets the first attack will actually kill the other one 9 times out of 10, so let's see if TriMaster's even going to move. He's going to only take 3 more. Oh no, Attero's not even going to pursue it, although he probably could score that kill just by working the corners. But Marauder number 1 is out. Let's call him Larry. He does not have concussive shells just yet, but it is being researched. He's going to watch the edge here, stand on the cliff, and shoot down at this probe if he decides to walk back in range. Concussive shells are done now. There we go. Gateway number 2 coming up for Attero. I don't know why he would do anything other than the 3-gate robo that he just did last game. It looked very solid, and he seems to have his transitions down pretty well. So we'll see if Attero continues on with just his normal stuff, or if he's going to switch it up a little bit. Gateway number 3, there it is. So still expecting 3-gate robo here from Attero. Second assimilator would, of course, facilitate that. Another strategy that he could still do, since he's only really got stalkers so far, is, of course, that blink stalker strategy. You can be quite annoying with the blink stalkers. It looks like TriMaster actually did take out that scouting probe there at the Xel'Naga tower. Even the SCV managed to score the actual kill. But blink stalkers can be super good on this map for a number of reasons. You can harass the crap out of your Terran opponent at their natural blinking up and down in this range, or even over here from the 3rd into the main, or even over here from the other 3rd into the main. Blink Stalkers just have a lot of room to play around on this map. Cybernetics core still researching that warp gate tech, but that's okay because Attero doesn't really have any forward pylons anyway. Nexus is going to go up here at the natural, around 37 supply, so both players expanding around the same time. It looks like TriMaster is going to get done just a little bit earlier. Orbital Command flipping over now. He's going to be doubling those mules in just a moment. 27 harvesters for Attero, 22 for TriMaster. There's the transfer. And 2 Marauders already taking some free shots at this Stalker. Concussive shells, of course, making a big difference in the early game. Did I just hear a medevac? No, I heard bunkers being loaded up. Okay. Another Stalker taking a ton of damage. Attero needs to be a little bit more careful when he realizes these Marauders are just standing on the cliff. SCV hanging out with the Xel'Naga tower. Going to see this pylon coming down. TriMaster has all the information right now. He's got all the position. and all he has to do is capitalize on it in case ATTERO tries to push in. So he sees these two Stalkers coming separately. He starts to move with just Marines, Marauders, and actually a lot of SCVs as well. TriMaster should be able to take out this whole force with these SCVs in tow, taking some damage, but he's going to stop that pylon completely just by taking it out, and ATTERO is going to be forced to go back home. So even though ATTERO does have a little bit of a supply lead, and he does have the Harvester lead, he's not actually winning the game per se, as TriMaster very good there with his information and his positioning. We got a turret up here at the front as well in case any Phoenixes, Dark Templar, Void Rays, anything like that show up here soon. ATTERO headed all the way back home. Now that his Nexus is finished, he's going to throw up another assimilator. Tech-wise, he's putting up that robotics facility finally. Once that thing is done, we'll see an observer and a robotics bay, most likely. Destructible rocks now being taken out for ATTERO. TriMaster hasn't really started on his, but he has the luxury of being able to destroy it and then float over to an orbital command. So everything doing good here for ATTERO so far. He might actually be the first one to take a third base. He's also ahead on supply and harvesters still, so TriMaster focusing now on upgrades, +1 weapons and stim pack for all of his bio units. Destructible rocks finally getting taken out there. They just explode outward very quickly. I'm surprised those zealots don't take any damage from that, but that's another story. Robotics facility done. Let's see the observer. There's Chrono Boost before he even starts building an observer. Forge coming up now, and there's the robotics bay that we expect to see ATTERO doing the same build that he did a couple of times last week, and the same build that he did this first game here on the V Week 26. Supply depot is going up for TriMaster. He's going to try and finish this wall off once and for all, stop those big units from coming in. Of course, Colossi can just march right up the side here, so they don't even care about wall offs. SCV still checking the Zelnaga towers, looking for more information, but ATTERO is in control of this one between the two bases. With that pylon, he'll be able to do some warp-ins as well. Observer going to get a free look at TriMaster's base here relatively soon. There's only one turret up for TriMaster, and it is right here at the front of the base. TriMaster still just wandering around with this SCV. Will he ever get into the main? Nobody knows, but I don't think he will with this large contingent of sentries. So SCV does actually manage to sneak by all those sentries. Wow, so he's getting a look at the natural, but really not a whole lot else. Zealot going to come over here, finish the job. Actually, the sentry got a kill steal there. And now we have the first Colossus already coming out. Extended thermal lances being researched as well, but not chrono boosted. He does have enough chrono boost here for 2 chrono boosts. He could dump them on this Colossus, or extended thermal lances, but he's not doing either. Not sure what he's waiting for. That Forge is also doing some research, so he needs to spend that chrono boost as soon as he is able to. Better job on that, ATTERO. 2 more gateways being warped in now. We've got a pylon going down for ATTERO. That's going to put him right at the supply cap, but not in the red. Combat shields and armor level 1 both coming up here for TriMaster as he continues to just roll out this MMM composition. No ghosts this time around yet. He's going to drop right into the natural. These SCVs are undefended. Sorry, these probes are undefended, and he is going to be able to take out an assimilator very quickly if ATTERO doesn't respond fast enough. Colossus taking some free shots. Force field goes down and actually prevents the medevac from being able to pick up the Marauders fast enough. Very interesting play there from ATTERO, keeping the Marauders on the high ground, actually managing to snag 2-3 kills there as a result. So Assimilator did die, but I'm not sure how many workers actually perished in that fight. Actually, everything's still looking very, very, very even between these two players. ATTERO with a slightly higher harvester count, but of course TriMaster is making use of those mules. Extended thermal lance going to be done in just a moment. Armor level 1 coming along as well, and now that area that had the destructible rocks being utilized, there is a full medevac here with 4 Marines and 2 Marauders. They're going to find this at the perfect time as this Nexus starts to get formed. The probe is going to be able to see it, but ATTERO is going to be a little bit too slow to actually respond to it. I think the Nexus is going to have to be canceled there. It's only got a couple of HP left. Is he going to get the cancel? Yes, he does get the cancel. You can see that mineral count shoot right back up. And TriMaster is actually stimming up and moving right back into the natural. He thinks that bait was enough, but there are actually a lot of Stalkers here still from ATTERO. Taking out the medevac would be important. Yes, he does actually manage to take it off. Now, force fields could go down, but it looks like the sentries are going to be a little bit too slow. These Zealots do not have charge yet. and they are going to be a little bit slow trying to slow down these Marauders and Marines. But single sentry with Guardian Shield and 2 Zealots, almost able to take out everything. Attero, all you had to do is turn around and take one more shot on that little Marauder, but another just more or less even trade between these two players. Units lost, you can see Attero, his value is a little bit more, but TriMaster's actually lost more in unit count. TriMaster is actually ahead, basically for the first time in this whole series, by 9 supply. I'm sorry if the stream is choppy a little bit. I'll try to rectify it between games 2 and 3, see what I can do about it. But for now, it looks like Attero is going to be marching through the middle of the map. Once again, take out this SCV guarding the Zelnite Tower. TriMaster has switched production over to Vikings, but I think the Sentry and Stalker count might be good enough to actually be able to defend these poor naked Colossi. More Stalkers being warped in. I'm not even sure where they just came from, but there's a medevac here with only 12 health. Wow. Attero doing a good job spotting those medevacs quickly. So far so good for both players. Dark Shrine actually being warped in here for Attero as well as that Templar Archive. Charge is being researched, and we do have +1/+2 coming along for Attero. Infantry weapons level 2 and ship weapons level 1 coming along for TriMaster. So basically everything the same as the last game, except TriMaster has gotten a little bit of a better exchange, stopping this third base, and he's actually not invested too much into Ghosts. Actually hasn't invested anything into Ghosts, while Attero is going to be the one switching up the tech a little bit and getting that Dark Shrine. The vision provided from the Vikings will allow this assimilator to be taken out by the MMM on the low ground. A probe just barely escapes with its life. Attero is going to try and, actually shut down some Marauders trying to take advantage of this expansion coming online. Nexus only has 75 HP. TriMaster, if he doesn't take that out, I will be super duper shocked. Of course, the shield will regenerate, but that is just so low health that he should probably just suicide some Marauders in there just to be able to take it out. Another Colossus gets taken out by these Vikings sitting at 0-0. Soon they're going to be 1-0, and that's going to be even better for TriMaster. Attero, assuming that army has left. Bad move there, as that Nexus is certainly going to die now. Only one more volley from these Marauders will take it out, and they don't even have to sacrifice anything. Oh no, the cannon actually kills the medevac and a Marauder. Vikings dipping right back in here again to try and shoot at these Colossi, but the Stalker and Sentry count is still really high. Attero does have a bit of a supply lead. If he commits to this and actually gets a good exchange, I think that might be the only way to keep him in this game, as TriMaster is getting all these good hits on the third base. He's going to have to warp that in once again. Attero is actually gas blocked, so he can't really afford a ton of Colossi or High Templar this game, just because the first game he was able to expand kind of all over the place. Yeah, I will switch it up, the stream quality just a little bit in the next game. Just remind me after this game ends, and I'll take it down, change some settings. But looks like we're over 1,000 viewers now, so thanks to everybody coming to watch this series. I'll definitely try to get it fixed so that more people can enjoy it. Dark Templar headed into the sort of third base area here for TriMaster. He doesn't have any turrets up right now. Oh, there is actually one turret over here, and the scan goes down anyway, so TriMaster is going to spot that DT. Now he knows that DTs are a threat and that he can put up more turrets and keep some scan energy available for fights a little bit later on. Command center going up here for TriMaster at a little bit of a hidden location for his fourth base, while Attero is still trying to reestablish his third base. This is the game last week. Tal'Darim Altar, this map actually, is the game that we went to 47 minutes long with Attero versus Spades just last week. So we'll see if that's actually going to happen again. Both players kind of expanding all over the place. Both players still very passive and allowing the other player to do whatever they want, more or less. Ghosts being researched, actually produced now with that Mobius reactor for their personal cloaking, or for their energy upgrade, excuse me. I think he's probably going to want that personal cloaking here soon, though, if he didn't get it already. No, he hasn't got it right. Extended thermal lances are finished. Zealots charge in. Don't see any EMPs or anything like that. Guardian shield is just constantly something that I wish Attero would use more, but he is focusing a little bit more on those side storms and positioning. There's the Guardian shield. Vikings taking some free shots at the Colossi, but they're right over the air units, the anti-air units, excuse me, of Attero, and still 3 Vikings in the air. It looks like TriMaster is going to get the better of this exchange. He might actually be able to kill everything if this little medevac can hold on with these Marauders. 2 medevacs now trying to keep the Marauders alive, kiting around the Zealots. They are going to be able to take out absolutely everything, and TriMaster survives the fight with just 1 Marauder against 1 charge lot. Oh my goodness. Oh, is it going to get him? Oh, the medevac, of course, heals him up. There goes the final unit. So TriMaster wins the fight. He's up now by quite a lot of supply, about 50 or so. He's got more harvesters, better income, more bases. Attero, of course, just getting that third base finished up again. And man, TriMaster taking the big advantage after that huge fight. We've got a string of SCVs coming down here to check out God knows where. I actually have no idea, but eventually they'll get there and we'll find out. Looks like they must be transferring all the way over to this orbital command. It's kind of risky with all these observers in the air for Attero. He's also got a DT waiting at this base, but of course TriMaster actually snuck one even farther away. All these probes transferring now from this base. It looks like he sent them over a tad early, as this distance mining certainly is not efficient at all. Attero very low here on money. This income can't be looking too good right now, or he's just doing a good job of spending it. Who knows? Kind of hard to actually quantitate that. But TriMaster has a lot of ghosts right now. He's got Mobius Reactor, he's got EMPs available, snipes available, and he's going to move right in here with 3 medevacs and 3 Vikings in case one Colossus is there. They'll have to do their best dance maneuvers to get at those Colossi, plus 3 weapons coming along now. He's at 2-1 upgrades. Attero's sitting at 2-2, not rolling anymore at the time. EMPs splash all over the place, really almost no shields at all, but all those ghosts died as well. 2 feedbacks, actually 3 ghosts still remaining, but the EMPs were all over the place. Attero really does not have enough fighting forces here to be able to stop this at all. TriMaster should be able to just wreck through here. He's actually going to double back a little bit and try to take out this base once again. There are 4 cannons at the front, but not in the back. So here goes down a forge. There's a nuke building now. TriMaster still has plenty of units alive, no detection in the area, but no DTs either from Attero, so things are looking very good here for Complexity. TriMaster, he's up by 80 supply, and it looks like he will be able to take out this Nexus for the 3rd time this game. Vikings still just hanging out overhead, waiting for Colossi to show up again. He is going to take out these gateways instead of worrying about them because they're unpowered. He's just going to kill them. More charge lots, Stalkers and Colossi coming in, but the Vikings over there are going to be able to stop the Colossus, and there's still so much bio and these ghosts still alive. Taking out the High Templar is pretty easy there, and only some High Templar and charge lots remain. TriMaster just going to charge right in here. Storm's dropping all over them, though. Wow, they are getting super duper low, and these medevacs actually are almost empty on energy. You can see them just kind of flying around, but all these probes getting taken out now. They were distance mining from that 3rd base, and I hear some snipes going off. They are going to hack up that ghost into tiny little pieces, but these medevacs should be able to retain enough energy and regenerate it. Oh wow, big damage there from that single Archon charge lots coming in, trying to finish everything off, but even if Attero wins this battle, I don't know how he can win this game. 182 supply now against 53. TriMaster has been regenerating his army this whole time, and you can notice now this production tab from Attero is basically empty. The Dark Shrine is going to get picked off here pretty quickly. Attero losing tech now in addition to all those units, and the medevacs can just float on over to this base where no fighting units are. If he takes out that pylon, he should be able to kill pretty much everything here, as nothing can warp in, but there is a Zealot warping in right now. There's the GG from Attero, as you would expect, with TriMaster with that massive lead. So now the series is tied 1-1. Let's get into Game 3 and see what happens next.